How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another tips and tactics video here. It's the middle of June and the whitetails are starting to put some really good growth on those big velvet antlers. And if you're like me, you're starting to get excited to get those trail cameras out there and see what kind of bucks you're gonna have this summer leading into the fall. Using mineral sights, if it's legal in your state, make sure you check your game regulations to make sure it is legal before you go out there and get a mineral site established. It is legal here in Kansas, so that is why I am able to do it. But I've been using mineral for years, guys. I've actually been using the Black Magic products here from Evolve for a really long time. I remember buying these from our local store, clear back when I was in high school, and I'm 33 years old now. So this stuff has been out there on the market for a long time, and it is proven. It's always worked really good for me. I've got some really big licks that I've started in the past, and it's been a fantastic product for me to be able to get pictures and inventory of my bucks in the summer months. So number one, we're gonna talk about a few things here, but number one is location. Where do I put my mineral site? Like, where do I get one started? And I like to put my mineral sites close to a natural food source or in the travel route between bedding and that natural food source, so that I can catch those bucks coming in, getting a lick on the mineral site, get some good pictures of them before moving off into, say, a food plot or a grain food source, maybe an agriculture field like soybeans, corn, something like that. Or I'll put it real close. Like in this instance, I'm gonna put this mineral site, this new one I'm gonna create today, right on the edge of this food plot here behind me. This food plot isn't planted yet, but I'm gonna be planting it soon. And I'm going to be putting this mineral site here right off the edge of it, because these deer are gonna be coming out to this food plot. And instead of just putting a trail camera, on the edge of the plot and risk, having that buck be on the other side of the food plot and not get a good picture of him, I'm gonna put this mineral site right here on the edge so that they'll be attracted to that. They'll come out here, feed around in the food plot, head over, hit the mineral site, and I'll be able to get really good quality pictures of them to really see what they are. So moving on to part number two here, actually building the mineral site. We're gonna grab the mineral, grab the tools, move over here to where I'm wanting to put this mineral site. I'm gonna show you guys how to properly put it in so that you can have the best results and get the best pictures of those big velvet bucks this summer. All right, guys, right here is where I'm going to get this lick established. I'm gonna go with the Black Magic powder here. I really like this, probably the best for getting a new mineral site started. I really like the liquid for refreshing mineral licks, and also the block to refresh a mineral lick later. So I'll establish it with this, and here in maybe a month or so, I'll come put some liquid out and a block as well. I actually like to pour the liquid on top of the block, and we'll really create an awesome, attractive lick right here, so that when these deer come out of the bedding that's close over here, they'll come out into the food plot, slip on over here, get some mineral, and head out to the ag fields, and I'll be able to get really high quality pictures of them right here on the Muddy and Stealth Cam cameras. So first of all, as you can see, we've got some grass here. I'll set this off to the side, set the rake and shovel off to the side. First things first here, we gotta get rid of this grass. So got my little manual weed whip here. We're just gonna take some golf swings here, just kind of chop these weeds down and out of the way, just clear the debris. You could also do this with a weed whip if you've got like a gas powered or battery powered weed whip. Usually I don't have a whole lot of grass where I'm doing these, so I just kind of bring this little manual one. Works pretty darn good. Just trying to get that debris out of here so we can get that mineral directly down to the soil. All right, I think that's a good starting point there. Once you kind of get that established, usually you can go right into the shovel, but this grass here is pretty darn thick, so I'm actually gonna grab the rake here first. I'm just gonna kind of rake this loose grass out of the way. Get this down to the bare soil here. It takes a little bit of time, guys, but I'm telling you, getting this soil prepped correctly is the key to establishing a good lick that's gonna last a long time. So definitely take the time to get it how you need it. Just so that you get the best results possible. All right, so next up here, guys, is the shovel. And basically what I'm gonna do is I just wanna loosen this soil up a little bit. I wanna be able to get that mineral to soak down in to the soil so that them deer have to dig and paw and go after it. So I'm basically just gonna come in here. There's some good moisture in this soil right here underneath this grass. I'm just gonna kind of twist it up here. Just loosen that soil so the mineral will fall down in there. The moisture in the ground is gonna help as well so that that mineral will absorb really good. This is looking great. All right, so once you get the soil worked up here and everything prepped and ready to go, it's time to get your mineral on the ground. We're gonna get this opened up here. We're gonna just simply pour this out in an even manner, just kind of going back and forth across that loose soil that you just prepared. Man, this stuff always has such a good smell to it. It's such a good attractant. So guys, once you did that, that's really all you need to do. But what I like to do after I pour it out is just take the rake and just work it in a little bit more. Probably not necessary, but just something I do to help it be the best it can be. All right, guys, I think this mineral lick here is ready to go. It's pretty simple, guys, but as I said, please take the time to prepare the soil how it needs to be prepared so that you can have the best results possible. If I just would have came in here and dumped this directly on the grass, yeah, the deer might have found it, but it would have not been near the quality of mineral site as this one's going to be. This one should last for years and years. I can come back here maybe once a month or so and refresh it, and they're just gonna keep coming back and digging a hole here, and it's gonna be a great, attractive area to get pictures for years to come. Going back to the first part of this video, guys, where to establish one of these sites. My favorite place to establish a mineral site is next to a natural food source. You know, in my case here, I'm next to a food plot. The deer have been coming to this food plot for years. I've actually been able to take 2 of my biggest bucks off of this food plot over the years. We've had it here, gosh, for as long as I can remember. So the deer are very used to coming here. Then they've got the agricultural fields back here behind me. So we've got bedding, a food source as a food plot, and then the big ag fields right here. It's just a great transition zone right here. The deer are already coming here naturally. This is just an attractive little spot right here that I can get really good quality pictures of these deer in the summer to see what I have. Or maybe you don't have food at all. Maybe you've got a lot of pasture land or something like that, or just big timber, but you've got a water source, like a pond, or maybe a water source that you've put in yourself. A mineral site next to water is also a really good idea. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope this helps you to get the best mineral sites you can get this summer, and hopefully you'll have some really big bucks and we'll be getting the pictures of them on your Muddy and Stealth cams. God bless, guys, and we'll see you in the next Tips and Tactics video.